Hi there, Dolly friends. I am so happy that you're here today. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving here in the States, so I wanted to do just a little light housekeeping at the doll cupboard. The number one thing I want to do is to thank each and every one of you for your kindness, your tips, your suggestions, and your encouragement. I just think this is the most splendid community. It is, and I know you all would agree with that because you're part of it. So thank you so much. I am thankful for each and every one of you. I truly am. People have asked sometimes if they could contact me to show me things, or maybe they want to send me something. And of course, yes, you can. I'm trying to put in the description box my email, but I will put it across here, and it's dotlikesred@gmail.com. You can email me. Email me if you have something more that you want to share, you want to exchange ideas, or show me photos of your minis you're making if you don't have a social media account where you can share those. I love that. So that's the second thing, my email. The third thing is, if I try to respond to each and every one of you, I read every comment, I take it to heart because I really feel connected to all of you. So if for some reason I miss hearting your comment or replying to you, please don't take it personally. Sometimes what I do is I sit down in the morning after I post a video and I try to start going through the comments, but then I have to do things in my day and I have to stop and come back to it later. So sometimes that last comment gets missed. And sometimes YouTube does weird things, like holds your comment. I love all your comments. Whether I hit that heart button or I don't, I mean to, and I just appreciate you all so much. And the next thing is, you all tell me that I'm hard on myself. Oh gosh, I don't mean to be hard on myself, and truly, I'm not hard on myself. I just, I have to not take myself so seriously, especially when it's something so fun and something I enjoy so much. So I never go to bed crying over not being able to wind my feathers around the wire, if you know what I'm saying, or not waiting for my glue to dry and my project falls apart. So I'm not hard on myself, but I am realistic. I realize I am new to everything and that some of you have extraordinary talent and experience. So I just want to keep it real and keep it light. So I know you all want to encourage me, and I'm so very grateful. Oh, I'm blushing now. I'm getting embarrassed. I love to laugh at myself, especially. So laugh with me. And lastly, or I don't know, some people are wondering if I'm selling some of the minis that I get at estate sales and things like that. And at this time, I'm not. I don't know anything about reselling in the mini world, but I know about buying. But I'm not interested in doing that just yet. And the things I pick up, I have a plan for all. For the things that you've sent me, so many people have sent me little things, and I just got something in the mail the other day, and I want to show you really quick. So this is from Becky Christian, and she has an eBay store, which you can see there. I will link it in my description box. Isn't that the cutest card? And along those lines, she wrapped it in the cutest tissue paper. Becky, I want to find some of this tissue paper. So tell me where you get it. I absolutely love this. Wouldn't that be a cute little wallpaper in your doll's house? Well, she sent me these adorable little ornaments, and I will assume that she makes these. They are so cute. Let me take some out and show you in my hand here. I mean, I'm not gonna, because I'm doing it. Okay, So, well, you can see them there, and they are so cute, and there's tons of them. Unfortunately, they came yesterday, and I had already done my collaboration, but I am gonna put some on my little mini feather tree. I'm gonna put some on the larger feather tree that I'm making. Anyway, I don't want to get too much blah, 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 and it's fine if you skip through this part. I just have a quick little video this week. Hans and Millie wanted me to get the stockings out of the attic, but of course, there are no stockings in the attic. I have to make this. Let's go see how I did with my stockings. So I picked out some fabrics and looking through my trims, and I think I might want to use some of these. I've never made a stocking of any kind before, so I don't really know how to go about it. I took one of my dolly legs and thought I would kind of use that as a little size template, and I'm just cutting it out here. And I'm going to make one that's lined and see how that goes. I have kind of a felt, it's really flannel, the cream color one to go inside. So this is just my practice one. I've hand stitched it all together except for the spot on the left, and I'm going to turn it out and see what it looks like. Lucky for me, it's a little bit too bulky to do a lining, so that will save me some work. I went ahead and cut out the pieces that I want to use. So there's 2 pieces to each of these that I'm showing you, and I have them right sides together, and this was just another little practice one I did for adding some trim to it. So I'm going through my trims, and I know this is just the wrong side out, but I'm just trying to see if I like any of the color schemes. I like this wool trim, but it's too bulky. So let me go through this and just see. I also have some vintage tinsels and garlands that I'd like to maybe use. So I'm just kind of playing and trying to see what I want. I like that gold thread. I don't know what I might use it for. I like the way that looks. So I ended up using a glue stick to hold it in place while I sewed each trim on. You can see some of the other ones I was working on. After I was done and sewed it all together, I went ahead and trimmed around the corners to make it a little more rounded. I don't know that it really helped. And this was pretty fiddly, turning out the tiny little pieces there. I did not cut any of the bulk of the seams because I was afraid I would just cut them open. But here's what I did. I went ahead and did that to all of them. I did press them first. And I'm just trying to see how they might look with some tinsel inside. So here they all are with the trims that I put on them. And I wanted to embellish them a little bit on the outside. So I was just kind of playing around with what I have. I tied one of my silk ribbons. I got out some more tinsels and things like that. And I'm just going to attach them. This is some of the silk ribbon that I bought at the mini show. And I had no end of problem with my fabric tack glue. I know many of you love this glue, but I have a hard time with it. It just becomes a big glob. Whenever I go to use it, I find that it's all dried up, and I have it in the bottle. Anyway, this ribbon I bought ages ago. It's from the 40s or 50s, and it's tinsel ribbon, and I love the way it kind of shreds up. And I'd like to add that to one. I'm only going to put 3 of them on the fireplace, and this was not working out. So I just got my tacky glue, the good old standby tacky glue, and used that. I just didn't want too much splaying around of the ribbon there. I wanted to tack it down just a little bit. And just getting some of my vintage garlands and tinsels. Really, I know I mentioned this last time, but if you ever come across these when you're thrifting, pick them up. They're just so much prettier than the other ones. Oh, and you can see I used the gold thread to add a little hanging loop. Can you see it there a little bit? Yeah, it was kind of hard to do, but I went ahead and did it. This is a really cool one. It's white and it has some gold pieces in it also. So I really like that. I love finding this old garland and tinsel. You don't always see it. These are some vintage candy canes, probably from the 1970s or maybe even a little earlier. And I thought I might turn them into smaller candy canes. The cellophane on there kept unwrapping, but I just kind of stuck some glue on there. They're made out of some pretty heavy wire. I couldn't cut it with scissors, so I just got my wire cutter and thought I would just make some smaller ones. I wanted to use the stripy one, even though it's not as Victorian looking, but I wanted to just add a little bit of something fun and whimsical. I'm just kind of seeing how they might fit on my little fireplace. This was just another little candy cane. You can't really see it even after I tuck it in, so there they are, and I'm going to put them on the fireplace now so you can see how they look before I put them into the parlor. I'm just trying to arrange them there. And you'll all be happy to know that Hans got some sensible shoes. He's all well now. His shoulder is completely healed. So there it is. Americans, have a happy Thanksgiving. And for everyone, I hope you're enjoying preparing for whichever holidays it is that you celebrate. Please come back and visit me next time in the doll cupboard.